Howdy and welcome back to the channel. I want to share with y'all or go through my range box. This is what I take to the range with me every time I go. If I'm training by myself, if I'm a student, if I'm teaching, or if I'm doing a range event, this box comes with me. Major shout out to my good friend Hunter Freeland for kind of getting me set up on this. Also, my friend Ben DeWalt does the same thing. He just carries a little bit bigger box with him. Both of those guys are organizational masters. But I want to share with y'all what this is. This is a Nanuk case that I got from Amazon. I'll have a link down below as well as a link to the organizer. And then if you want a little bit less expensive option, Condition 1, I have a link to them as well. I do have some Condition 1 products, and for the purpose of what I use this range box for, it'll be perfectly fine for you guys if you want to check that out. Once again, this box has a purpose. I don't have any guns in here. I don't have any mags. My shooting stuff is not in this box. That stuff is separate. What this does is it allows me to teach. It allows me to keep guns up and running. And it kind of gives me all the ancillary and necessary stuff that I would need out at the range. And so we'll take a little bit closer look, and I'll walk you through everything that I have in here. My range box, like I said, my range box that I teach with, that stays in my trailer. My gun box has separate stuff, so I've kind of got duplicates because you never want to get stuck without something. But once again, I take this box to the range with me every single time. So let's take a little bit deeper dive into what I got in here, why I have it, and we'll go from there. We'll go over this top container first. Over here, you guys will see I have sunscreen. I have big ass chapstick from Duke Cannon, and then I also have glass cleaner over there. In this bottom organizational pouch right here, I have pens. I have mainly Sharpies. This silver pen is for marking witness marks on optic screws and things like that, but all this is Sharpies for marking targets. This big Sharpie, this whistle, this is what I keep with me all the time when I teach. I have some backup Ear Pro. I usually double up all the time on Ear Pro. I've got some hand wipes, snake, and then a backup whistle in that as well. Let me put that back up. Over here on this one, I've got just a rag. I've got tape for a bunch of different purposes. I've got pasties. I keep separate pasties in my range box, but just in case I completely forget them, I have them. I also have some backup earplugs. I'm very protective of my hearing, and then some business cards in case somebody wants to, stop by or get some info or whatnot. I'll put this back up. And then down here, I have some backup inert rounds, dummy rounds, as well as some business size training sites cards in case for some reason I completely forget my big ones, right? I've got some weapon light cleaner, WLC, some 45 cal training rounds, and then some, I think I have a Hollow Sun tool in here, and then some Q-tips as well for various purposes. In this Magpul pouch right here, I have a bunch of different various targets. I have glasses. I have in here some Wiley X, various lenses, but these right here are photochromatic, so they will change. I use those when necessary. Set of Peltor Ear Pros. Chalk. Got to have chalk down here in the South. It gets sweaty. We go through this quite a bit. I just got through doing a skills and drills range class, so you'll see plenty of shot timers. Shot timer, shot timer, shot timer, shot timer. I usually don't carry that much, but like I said, we did a range class recently. Loaders, right? If a student needs a loader, I'll give this to them. I also have a bunch of these in my sample box for my students, right? Demo gun, always have to have a blue gun or some type of training inert gun if you're teaching. Blowout pouch, I don't know what all the heck I have in here. Tourniquets, all that stuff. Always keep this with me. I always have a separate range med box with me when I'm teaching as well. So I've got all that. More brown pasties for cardboard. In here, in this DACA pouch, right, I have Breakthrough Clean, right? This is some of my favorite lube. It goes a long way. I have some big Sharpies. When I'm teaching red dot or rifle class, I will always put my multitasker pen, and then I will put my nano multitasker on just to be able to adjust optics and lights and things like that. But yeah, in this DACA pouch, couple more big Sharpies, multitasker pen, nano tool, and then this breakthrough clean. So I'll set that right there. I took one of RMR Trijicon boxes. This right here is what I keep all of my batteries in, right? So A's, CR123s, 1/3 N's, 2032s, 9 volts, you name it, it's in there. I have a box of Glock inert dummy rounds, right? I use this in our defensive pistol class, teaching malfunctions. Right here, I think this is an Otis pouch. I mainly use this for rifle classes, mainly for the rods, but it also has some other cleaning tools and things like that in there. Has some backup COP if I ever need that. All right. I have a backup in these little savior bags. I love these things. I use them all the time for a bunch of different purposes, but I just keep some extra 9mm ammo in there in case for some reason I'm at the range and I completely forget my range ammo. I have some backup. So these little savior bags are awesome, I've got a fat wrench in here with some VC3. I like VC3 over blue thread locker because I think it does a better job, and it's also if a student's having an issue, I can address it during a break. The VC3 will harden up or it'll set, and then I can get the student back on the line much easier than blue Loctite. Fat wrench, guys, you need to be able to torque to spec. Fat wrenches or fix-it sticks are another great option, but I've had this fat wrench for a while. In addition to my blowout pouch, right, my med kit, I've got tourniquet that I always keep in there with me, another box of ammo. In this orange pouch right here, this orange Magpul DACA organizer, I've got a bunch of tools in there. I've got Sharpies, I've got a Leatherman, I've got something else in there that I can't remember. Yeah, another little Gerber multi-tool. And then in here, right, I have a bunch of Allen wrenches. I have this Otis tool where I can take Glock front sights off. If I'm out at the range, if I need to adjust extractors, I've got stuff like that. Once again, little Hollow Sun tools. I think this is a Hawk Optics or a Gideon tool. I've got different bits, right, things like that. So all that stays in here. So that way, whatever comes up, you can adjust screws, whatever needs to be done, you've got the ability to do so. That's kind of the key, is when you teach, when you're out on the range, you've got to be able to get somebody back up and running as quickly as you can. And then last, I do have a punch set with me, right? So this mainly comes into play when we're doing rifle stuff. If I need to stake something or set something, whatever it is, move, a stubborn locking mechanism, whatever it is, this always comes into play, right? So punches, roll pin, whatever, all that stuff comes out, I've got that. So once again, guys, mainly the purpose of the range bag is to keep guns up and running, to make it make the range day you know, successful. All the ancillary stuff that I would need to teach, right? Sunscreen, markers, fat wrenches, guns, all that fun stuff. But you can adjust this however you want to and put whatever you think you need in here. This is just what I do. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. One of the last one of the reasons why I have a hard case instead of a range bag is because sometimes I might be out in a place where it's wet, sandy, muddy, whatever, and the last bag that I had, that thing just got trashed and dirty, and this hard case keeps all my stuff organized, and it keeps it clean, and it keeps them from getting wet, anything like that. It keeps it from the elements, so that's why I did that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Be safe, be smart, be skilled. We'll catch you on the next one.